Hey, everybody, welcome back to the only podcast that loves camping more than anything in the world. uh, Today, we're here to talk about Dorohedoro, an anime that came out in 2020, produced by or animated by MAPPA Studios. So, something that I'm
Oh,
really
that makes sense.
something that I'm really looking forward to talking about because it's a show that left an impact on me back in the day. And just to say how much we love camping, one of our co-hosts currently, we sent her out to go camping in Colorado, so she's not able to make it. Hence why the lovely Michelle is here today to fill her spot. So say hi to everybody, Michelle.
Hello.
And we also got Mr. Worldwide Ro.
Howdy.
uh, and again, I'm really excited to talk about this show because I think when it came out, other than me and maybe a couple of small group of friends, like nobody really was talking about this. I think the show kind of has been forgotten, but an announcement was made that a second season is coming, and I guess it's built a cult following, which hopefully you guys understand why that happened after seeing the show. But before we get to it, let's talk a little bit about like what we've been doing. And Michelle, it's been a while since you've been with us. What's going on in your life?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bore you with all of the work stuff. I've had no life. But I've been attending a few anime conventions, a few anime raves. I've been a lot of fun. And I have another one coming up in November, actually, beginning of November. Anime Magic.
Are you cosplaying as anything? Because
I
I
will
mean,
be.
normally you're the cosplayer in this show.
I know. I'm like a normal human. It's kind of weird. Um, I will be cosplaying Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, nice.
So Nana Osaki from the Nana anime that I've been mentioning in a few episodes before, which I'm still working through, but I'm getting closer to the end.
Have you ever Googled your name like Michelle the Hedgehog to see what comes up? Because there, you can type anybody's name and you will get an artwork of somebody like Carlos the Hedgehog, Ro the Hedgehog, like somebody. So
No.
like I was just curious if you've ever done that because I'm sure
No,
somebody's
but I
already
will.
created. But that's cool. Have you been checking anything else like as far as like TV shows, anything? I think the last time you were here, I forget which movie you watched that Alien movie
The
from.
Alien movie,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my
Last I
God.
haven't seen it.
No, like I said, work's kind of consumed my life. So like the only things I'm watching is the Nana anime, Naruto. I took like a bit of a hiatus, and then I watched this show today, whole series.
Yeah. And again, I'm hoping it sort of left an impact on you, but
Mhm.
no, I mean, I know how it is. Like, you come back from, like the weekend and then you start work and then you kind of get on your routine. So sometimes it is very difficult.
Mhm.
That's why I feel like, working, you know, outside of work, like I am able to catch up here and there on things, but it's always like I feel lucky to be able to watch things while I'm at home, thankfully.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Ro, what have you been checking out?
um, I think I mentioned. Well, I've continued my. Well, I started my Japanese One Piece adventure, which
Ah.
is weird because I ran out of dubbed episodes, so I'm an egghead now officially. So I'm in the home stretch of One Piece finally after like 3 years of watching. Um, and I continued to watch Tower of God, which is interesting. I think I mentioned last time the Astoria Sword and Wand and Sword,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I'm still kind of mixed because it's so similar to the other ones. Um, and then I I started watching the Agatha show today.
Cool. How did you like
Oh, is
that?
it out?
It's yeah,
First two
it came
episodes.
out. The first two episodes. I think they came out yesterday, but I didn't find out until earlier today. I was like, oh, because I saw the YouTube videos like analyzing it already. I was like,
Oh.
oh, I gotta make, and then I put on my watch later so I could watch them because I. So it's really interesting to begin with. Like I didn't even finish the first episode, but it was really interesting.
You
Um,
didn't. Oh, okay.
how it started, and it looks promising. Besides the cast, because it's so far you have some of the people that were in the town before show up again, and then you obviously have Agatha or Agnes currently, and then Audrey Plaza showed up as well. So
Yeah, she's hot in the
Oh my
show.
god, I can't wait.
Yeah.
she's hot in anything.
And yeah, it's Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
No,
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I was able to check out like the 2 full episodes, and in the beginning I was a little bit nervous because I was like, what is this going for? Because it kind of sticks. It starts with like this whole detective thing, and it sticks around for
Mhm.
like more than half the episode, and eventually you'll find out they kind of drop it. But after that,
Yeah. I'm
it
still
gets
the
really good.
detective part of the episode, but I'm interested.
I-
Oh, and I've also been watching the Chaos show, which is interesting.
I don't know.
I've heard of that.
It's on Netflix. It has Jeff Goldblum as Zeus and
Oh.
it's all Greek
Yes,
gods,
yes.
and it's kind of contemporary if Greek gods were still a thing,
Mhm.
and if Jeff Goldblum was Zeus, so it's a plus. But it's interesting. It's kind of weird. And Jeff Goldblum is awesome because it's Jeff Goldblum, but it's interesting. But yeah, but they have the River Styx and they've cast some interesting people in as different gods. So
Would you give it like? Because I've seen it, but nothing about it has kind of made me hit play on it. I kind of been just like passing over it.
so I will say it's a good like in between show because
Yeah.
I don't even watch a full episode at once. I watch like for if I have like 20 minutes. Let's say I have 20 minutes before we're gonna do the podcast, and I'll watch Chaos um for like those 20 minutes, and then I'll like pause it, and it's easy to kind of pick back up. And
I I mean, I appreciate that Netflix drops a lot of shows, but like I am very picky on making sure that I don't start watching something that maybe is just gonna waste my time. So I do need sometimes people to really recommend something or word of mouth to get out. Like the one that
Mhm.
I talked about last week, which I forgot the name of it. Or I don't know if you ever checked it out. The Hack Rich one, the one with the.
Oh yeah. It's there, but like because it's a movie, like I want to make sure that I watch the full thing.
No, no, I got you.
So so maybe I'll watch it this weekend.
No, the only thing I was gonna say with your, you mentioned Agatha, and again, I've seen the 2 episodes. I think something that Marvel realized is that they underestimated how many people really love like Wanda, pretty much like Maximoff. Like I think they just, the
Mhm.
Scarlet Witch is just such an incredible character, and anytime that
Elizabeth Olsen was really good too.
yeah, and I
Mhm.
think just people in general like witches, and it's this kind of like version of witches. So it's just I think the Agatha show is gonna be very popular. So Michelle, I think you would enjoy it
Oh
especially if you
yeah.
watch
I
the
watched the other one and I've been waiting for it. I just didn't realize
Dude, I
it
didn't
was out
realize either.
already.
yeah.
Like they I kept seeing trailers, but like I never actually watched them. So like I never see like when it's coming out, and then all of a sudden I got the YouTube notification because I followed like some channels that like review and analyze shows and all that stuff. So
No, it'd be nice to talk about like a Marvel project and positive, and just say nothing but positive about it. So hopefully if it like sticks the landing and
Secret
people,
Wars.
yeah, wait, why would no? But I mean like something that we can watch today and talk about. So maybe in
Secret
November.
Wars.
See, Rose confusing it with Secret Invasion, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Secret Invasion. Sorry.
So
Oh
I'm like
yeah, it
Secret
was
War.
like Secret Wars
Secret Wars is a movie
Invasion.
that's
Yeah, I
coming
know
out,
it's
dude.
coming out. Yeah,
Yeah, that'll
yeah.
be the
Secret
movie.
Invasion. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I apologize. I stand corrected.
uh, yeah, but I mean, for me, I mentioned how I went to the movies by myself last Friday, and I saw Beetlejuice, which Raul kind of said it was. You didn't say much about it; you just said it was like okay, and I think
No,
it's a
it was good, but
yeah.
it was fine.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you that it's a good movie and it's fine, but for some reason, I keep thinking about the movie. So it's just like, how can a movie that can be so plain and just good and passable stick in my mind? So I keep thinking about like the music. I keep thinking about certain scenes in the movie. I sort of want to rewatch it. So it's kind of weird again for me to say it's a
Yeah,
good movie, not a great movie, but I keep thinking about it. Maybe it's because it's just Halloween and I'm in the
I
spirit,
wonder if a
but
lot of that is also the nostalgia of the first
it
yeah,
could it
and
could
like
damn well
just
very
and
be.
drawing
and
how
it,
good
Yeah,
that
it's
one
a great
was.
cast. It had some good
Recurring
moments.
cast.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, and honestly, I think a big part of it is just the great cast and the very memorable characters.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I keep thinking about Beetlejuice and how cool his powers are because they're just so random that you can't tie them down to like he can only do this. Like no, it seems like he can
It's
just
like
do anything.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
That's his power.
it is. He's almost like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and can just do anything.
The Reality Stone
The reality.
and
But
the
yeah,
Space Stone
yeah. So
and the Time Stone
I, I saw, and then I showed
and
that.
the Soul Stone.
So yeah,
All of the stuff.
the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah.
As he said.
And then a show that I watched on Netflix that it's actually I think produced either by Showtime or Stars, but it's on Netflix. And I love this is I guess it's based on a book. There was a movie in the '90s with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, but there's an actual show. It's called Interview with the Vampire. So
Oh
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, so I've been watching the show Interview with the Vampire, which I guess it's more
That
about
cast was stacked in the movie.
in the movie, but I guess like the book itself wasn't really like there's different things in the books that really the movie didn't really do justice by it, and I guess the
Mhm.
show is more about what the book is based on. And let's just say like I love it, and it's a like you guys if you guys like the movie definitely go check it out. But it's pretty much about like these two vampires, sort of like in the movie, but they're in love with each other. Like it's almost like the Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise character vampires
Mhm.
they're in love with each other. They like they cannot resist not being with one another, even when one of them is a little bit too toxic. So it's like, okay, well, this is really cool because the movie I might have gotten hints of that when I saw the movie, but it didn't really play out like that. Where in this movie, it's like it's totally in your face after like the first episode. Like, yeah, this vampire comes in, he falls in love with this man, makes him a vampire, and now it's like you're dealing with their relationship for the next 7 episodes. So it's like again, highly recommend Interview with the Vampire. I thought it was really well done, and it's gonna be a second season, which I'm looking forward to that whenever it drops.
I knew of the show. I just never watched it because it's like the hard thing with vampire shows is that I always think that they might be like meant for teen girls.
Oh.
So like I tend to not watch them until I hear more stuff from people.
I think just the fact that again, I think it's a Stars or Showtime show. It's just right now Netflix or even Amazon
on
might have it.
Netflix,
Yeah, so that's where I watched it on Netflix. And again, I really liked it because it was just like it's already a movie that I love, but now it's giving me more of a perspective about how like these vampires just for the 20 years they lived in New Orleans, they were just kind of like
Mhm.
again madly in love and fighting with each other. It's almost like I don't understand if you're a vampire, why would you choose to like marry somebody knowing that you guys are gonna live forever? Because it's like it brings so much drama, you know. It's just so again, if you really want a really good drama vampire show, like I really do recommend Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, I'm gonna check
Interesting.
it out.
Yeah.
So not True Blood.
No, no, I don't know. I've never seen all of not True Blood, so I can't.
I never finished it either, but I saw a big chunk.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I wasn't expecting when I gave True Blood a chance. You know, if I remember correctly, a lot of intercourse happening in every 30 minutes or so.
And Suki.
Okay, did you say sake or sucky?
No. Suki, that's a girl's name, but that
okay.
that one vampire says it with his accent. That it always sounds.
I thought you were
weird.
saying a lot of Suki was happening in the show.
Well, it was.
Yeah, which I could agree with. I'm like, yeah, I think there was a lot of Suki happening. Oh my god! And then just the last thing on Paramount Plus, I finally saw A Quiet Day, Day One. I think it's called A Quiet Place.
Oh, A Quiet Place.
Oh.
Day One.
With Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, and that was good. That's as expected. It was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be a good movie. And it's a good movie.
I still gotta watch the second one. That's why I haven't seen Day One.
Oh, cool! It has the second one has your guy Cillian Murphy.
Oh, Cillian Murphy. Yeah,
Cillian Murphy. Yeah, so
I love him.
yeah, he's in the second one. If you need more of a push to see it.
No, I knew that already, but like I don't know. It's I don't know. Movies I prefer to watch with other people, so I'm more hesitant to watch them by myself.
Michelle growing up by myself. Michelle, growing up, were you a fan of the 28 Days and 28 Months Later movies or at all?
Oh my god.
No? Yes?
I don't like zombies scare me.
Oh, got
Zombies are creepy as hell, and I thought those zombies were terrifying.
it.
I prefer The Walking
they
Dead
run.
because
Yeah.
they're so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I prefer like The Walking Dead, like zombies because they're slower, they're more chill. These
Shaun of the
zombies,
Dead, kind of. Yeah.
I cannot. I watched like the first, which would be 28 Days Later was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, I can't watch anything in the series. I'm too
Well,
scared.
well, the reason why I bring it up is because I think a while back the 28 years later wrapped, but then today was, I guess, somebody announced that the whole movie itself was filmed with an iPhone 15. So
What?
so that I'm like, okay, that's I don't know how I feel about that because it's a movie that I've been really looking forward to, like the trilogy of it, and just the
That's
fact that
wild.
they're saying it was filmed with an iPhone 15. I'm like, all right, that's gonna be kind of weird.
I kind of get it because I think they're gonna probably go for the like Shiggy Cam type of
I was
thing,
gonna
kind of like
say,
the
like Blair
Cloverfield and
Witch.
Blair Witch. Yeah.
And they said that they probably attached like tools to it, so it's not like the director was just like with his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of crazy. But I mean that's it for me. You guys, the only thing that I do want to say before we start talking about Dorohedoro is that Michelle, normally when you're part of the show, we get like tons of new listeners or people that just want to check you out. So if anybody's listening to this because Michelle's here, if you want to support the podcast, please give us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I think on Spotify we're close to 50 5-star reviews. So I really want to get there. And then Apple, I think we're reaching that 30 5-star review. So again, if you want to support the podcast, just drop us a 5 stars. That's all you got to do.
How exciting.
Or you
Just-
can like and subscribe on YouTube, or
just do all of the above.
All of it.
and
all of
join
it.
and join the Discord.
Enjoying the Discord where Michelle is a prom member of it. And it's almost becoming her little cult.
Oh my god, it is not. It is not. I've been quiet on there. except for the cosplay channel you guys created.
Oh yeah, that is,
Because I
that is totally
requested.
the Michelle channel.
And the and the
Oh, the
convention channel.
convention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my channels.
Hey, you tell me to create it, and we'll make it happen for you.
And then there's a foodie channel where I frequently
Yeah.
will post to.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
There's a video game channel. There's a channel for all the
For
nerdy
everybody.
things.
Yeah.
All we need now is a D&D channel, so we can talk about the 24 version of the books.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll make all that happen for you guys. But let's start talking about it, Michelle. Again, you were nice enough to last minute to just be able to not only join us, last minute, but also binge this episode, 12 episodes just today, so you could be here with us. What did you think about it? Because I think prior to today, you've never heard of this show, you knew nothing about it, so
No.
I really want to hear your thoughts on it.
I absolutely love the show. Right from episode 1, I was just hooked and drawn to the storyline because it starts with this whole mystery of the main character, Caiman. Like, he's a man who has a lizard head, and he has no recollection of what happened, and you're just like, what in the world? And then just like the way that they set the world as well too. I thought it was just like very interesting. I like the style too. They're also like, as you mentioned earlier, animated by MAPPA, which also made Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, which are all shows that I absolutely love. And it's really gory, which I like all of that gory grittiness. It was very reminded me so much of Chainsaw Man, and that similar style, and I just binged it throughout the day.
Well, I know you and Ro are big fans of animes that have like some kind of magic system or magic school. And again, I saw this show when it came out. So for me, anytime we talk about any like mash show or anything to do with like a magic sort of Harry Potter style kind of thing, it's just like I'm like I just think about Dorohedoro because Dorohedoro did it right, and this world's incredible. And even though I got 12 episodes of sort of learning about the world, there's still so much that I don't know about it, and I still want to learn more about it. So it's just
Yeah.
with the whole, I guess, in this world we use powder for magic. But Ro, what did you think of? What kind of powder do you have, Ro?
I have dust. If you follow any of the Golden Compass show that was on Max, I forgot the name of it. No, no. I really liked a lot of things about this anime. I liked how different it was. And it made me like really fall in love with the world that they created, because it's so weird. Like I really want to do like a D&D campaign where like everyone has a mask, um, and stuff like that, because like I don't know, they just instill like a lot of really cool concepts. I was trying to explain it to my sister, I think, and I was saying it's kind of like Mad Max meets um, Pulp Fiction meets like a bunch of all these like other different things, and it's still like different. So I don't know. Oh yeah, and the Golden Compass show, because they have dust and they have powder, so I connected it.
Didn't you feel like the style gave a lot of like Quentin Tarantino vibes?
That's what I
Yeah.
told Ro when I pitched the show. I'm like, this is sort of like Pulp Fiction meets whatever else I said.
Oh, did
to
you?
Yeah, that's how I described
Oh, that's
it.
probably where I got it.
That's
Well,
where you
yeah,
got it.
because well, it's probably because of like the
cleaners, the cleaners.
Noi and Shin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cleaners, and then you have John Travolta and Samuel Jackson. So
Samuel Jackson, exactly. That's exactly
yeah,
what everybody.
so yeah, like it totally makes sense.
No, and it's just like it's kind of crazy too, because this show, you think you're gonna follow for the most of it, like Caiman and what's the girl's name, Nikaido, but then you start following like some of the bad guys, like what's supposed to be like the bad guys, and then you get so into them, like so it's like forget Caiman and trying to find who took his who made him this lizardman. Like I want to see more of this, like not gangster, not mobster world, but sort of underworld kind of thing that's happening. I don't know exactly what it is, because we don't really meet a lot of his competitors, but it's just like Mr. N is so cool. Like I just find him so cool, and I guess maybe the reason why he's the leader is because he just produces so much smoke. That's what I could tell. Like maybe that's why he's like one of the top whatever.
Well, he destroyed like a whole neighborhood or city or town, or I don't even know. Like, but he just because of his all his powder. He turned everything into shrooms.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Again, I find it so, and I think there was just so many comical characters too that just like like if I were to go and rewatch it again tomorrow, like I would have to have a notepad to like write all the moments. It just made me laugh because he has a lot of like just small little moments that if you don't catch them, like but they're like so hilarious. And the girl that has the skull mask, like she was one of my favorites, just because I think she's just so freaking crazy.
She's a comic relief character for sure.
Oh, for
her
sure.
Antics. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find what her name was. I'm pulling up the character.
Ebisu.
Ebisu, yes. She was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I just found out that it's hard to find a good character list.
Yeah, no, I'm almost having to go on Wikipedia and just go based on the names, no pictures or anything. But I mean, we can start with just like the first episode. Again, you kind of get this thing in the beginning where Caiman is, he finds a sorcerer. He's putting them in, because that's what he does. He finds sorcerers, and then he's like, "Let me put you in my mouth." And then the guy inside of him is like, "You are not the one." Weird. So it's just kind of like you get intrigued with this mystery. So like, Michelle, I think you mentioned you like that. I don't know.
I did, because I was like, what is going on? Like, what am I watching? And I like mysteries. Like that's a good way to just like bring me in. Like, show me the most out of pocket thing to start with. And I'm like, what? I'm intrigued.
And it's a mystery you don't really get resolved even by the end of that.
I was kind of low-key, I was a little upset that I got to episode 12 and like we still don't have like all the
we
answers.
Don't know who.
There's so many things we don't have the answers to. Yeah. Even on the like last episode, it gave us like more questions.
Like they give you more clues, but then each thing that you uncover like leads to more questions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think Caiman is such a lovable character. He's like funny. He's obviously like he's a good guy. But I love that he's such a foodie. Like I love gyoza, and how he's like chowing down on all the gyoza and all of that. I'm like, oh, so lucky.
That's a lot of gyoza.
I was like,
I like it too. Yeah.
No, and it's so funny because we kind of by the end of the season we have like Caiman running around, and then we have his head that actually got its body back, and then he's also trying to solve the mystery of like who did this to me.
And there was this kind of part where they like cross each other.
Oh yeah, and they feel each other, but it's kind of funny because I don't know, it's just like it feels like they are two totally different people. Like I don't.
Well, they are. It's not the same person.
Well, I mean, like they have like different personalities. No, wait, what do you mean? Like you don't think it's the same? Like I think Caiman is him, right? But
No, Caiman isn't him. Like I don't think Caiman is him.
I think it's
Because
two different people.
yeah. Because the Risu is that
Reese,
is that
yeah, that's the
yeah
guy that's at his mouth.
yeah. So I think Risu's just the guy that's in his mouth. So I because I think he's Risu's friend from those flashbacks.
oh, you think
I was
so?
thinking that
You know
too.
what? You're because he was very athletic and strong.
He
Yeah.
was the big guy.
Yeah. So I think Caiman is that friend, and somehow Caiman either bit off his head to save him, or I don't know how he ended up inside of
And I
Caiman.
think that the friend's magic might have been the immunity to magic, because Caiman has that, but everybody
Yeah.
thinks because of the spell of him having the reptile head. But it seems like Ebisu was the one who has maybe made him into a reptilian head.
Yeah,
But
but if he's immune to magic, then how did
Yeah.
he become a reptile?
Because we never
I
find
don't
out
know.
what we never find out
I
what
don't know actually.
yeah, because we never find out what Caiman told Ibisu. Is that her name? Ibisu.
Ebisu.
Ebisu.
Yeah.
Ebisu. We never find out how like he told her like, "Are you the one or not?" So we kind of have that mystery still pending.
Yeah.
Well,
They hinted at it.
She remembered it.
She
Yeah.
They
did.
did show it. They did show
Okay.
it. Yeah.
What did he say? No, you're not the one.
You are the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
she is the one.
She is
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah. He said like it was you or something
It was
like
you,
that.
yeah. Because like when he first does it in real time, like we don't get
We don't because the door opens behind them and yeah.
And then and like
Her face gets ripped off.
Yeah.
And then the episodes towards the end, like I just watched a little bit ago, she starts having like, because you know how she lost her memory.
Yeah.
Her memory kind of started coming back, and then she like thinks about it like, oh, like I told me I am the one.
Oh, okay then. So yeah, so then okay, cause yeah, then I'm kind of now on your boat, Ro. Like yeah, maybe it's just like there does seem to be like this bigger than whatever's happening or what we see, especially because the whole thing about N is that he wants to get the sorcerer that can control time, so he can go back to that moment because we don't know anything about the boss neither. Like, and that whole mystery is kind of like that's what I want to know. I want to know who was the boss. Like we just see that he got decapitated and went through the door, and it's like okay, we don't know what happened or anything.
The who got decapitated?
The boss, the one with the cross eyes, the cross eye.
Oh
boss.
yeah. Got it. Oh yeah, because there was somebody going around cutting people's heads off. Yeah.
So
I remember.
But no, I mean, again, kind of talking about the world about this. Like, how do you guys like about the whole idea that you got the sorcerer's world, and then you got this world where it's just, I guess, like normal people, like running around.
It kind of reminds me of like some of those like movies and shows that they have, kind of like the big difference between the haves and the have-nots. So kind of like In Time. I don't know if you guys have seen that with Justin Timberlake.
Oh yes,
yeah, I have seen
Living Wild. Yeah, because you have like the different zones and people like pay with their armor and all that stuff. But you have these people that have like hundreds of years or like so many years or so much money, and they have everything, which is kind of like the sorcerers. And then you have the people in the hole, which is kind of like they're fighting for everything every day, or remind me like RoboCop or like some of this like dystopian like movies that have like such a big class divide. And in this case, it's just between the sorcerers, and even within the sorcerer world, you have the people that have more magic and the people that have less magic.
Yeah,
and then kind of the difference between them. But I just love the fact that everybody wears a mask, and the fact that there's devils.
Oh yeah, there's the powerful devils. Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like Devilman Crybaby.
I like the fact when they were flying around, like telling you like it's nighttime or something. Like, like that made me laugh.
I thought that was funny too. But yeah, I like the whole like the way that the world was set up too. Because when you think about it, like, and I think I did a little bit of reading beforehand, that the whole like humans are kind of like weird, and the whole is really just like this. I almost saw it as just like their garbage dump, like almost like all the bullshit, where the stores live and all of that, like it goes there, and I like things like that kind of like grab my interest. And kind of hoping like, oh, I hope the humans just kind of like revolt, and
What? Yeah, well, I mean that's my
fight
thing.
back.
It's just like why does the hole exist? Like, do they need the hole to exist? Not just for them to experiment on people or practice on
Mhm.
people, but is it like a more of a reason? Because like, yeah, why wouldn't the sorcerers just come into the hole and either rule the place or just kind of get rid of everybody?
I think so. So the way that I kind of understood it, I kind of see it as like two different worlds,
Mhm.
but sorcerers are able to access it because of the magic. So
Yeah.
that's why they create the doors,
Yeah.
because those are kind of like portals that they use to like get from the sorcerer world to the hole. Um, but like I don't see it really as like the same world or
No,
planet or anything in
because
any
it's like
way.
all the
Be-
byproduct from like their magic, I think, goes there. Like, because they talked
Yeah,
about the rain,
The rain,
how like
yeah.
the rain has a lot of that soot, but like apparently, I don't know if it's harmful. Sorcerers don't like it. I think it kind of like affects them
It makes them
negatively in
sad,
some
yeah.
way or something like that. Um,
hmm
but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's like a clean or a nice world to live in. But I
Oh
mean,
No,
they're
no,
kind
no.
of living in because that's just the only, it's kind of the cards they were dealt with.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think all the like the sorcerers are making it worse too.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
they definitely are.
with the powder and the powder residue and
Yeah,
stuff like that, which
and
is affecting the
experimenting
rain and
and
everybody
affecting your
and
magic.
taking and the fact that they take it people
Yeah.
and all that stuff and the fact that the whole like created a like a community guard group that killed sorcerers.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think that community was kind of doing its job, keeping sorcerers away. But then Jin, I guess by himself as a teenager, was able to just get rid of all of them, which is kind of crazy.
Well, I
And
mean, if they're trying to kill him for this, to,
And they killed his dad
to kill his
yeah, yeah. But I mean,
and his mom.
he was killing them before he even had any of his powder available to him. And then once he got his powder to come out, then it was game over. He was able to just
hmm
cut them all up. And Jin's probably like, I don't know why I feel like he's my favorite character, but I just love his whole like mask that he
I
wears.
like
And even
that.
without the mask, he seems like a normal headed guy. You know, even with the doctor later on when he's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and then he remembers the doctor, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden it's like, "I'm your best friend," and like, "Oh, dude, like get up, like what are you doing? Like, there's no way I'm gonna shoot you."
hmm
Dude, yeah, the professor's like all tatted up too. Like I didn't see it at first, but
Yeah,
I did. No,
Oh,
dude,
hold on.
the thing that I love about Shin and his mask is just like because you see the point when he gets his mask too,
yeah,
but like he gets it and you have like the heart and obviously you have like the whole eyes and the mouth part, and then like the devil when he was making it like he pokes two holes in the back of it too. There was a point where like he always wears it backwards
yeah.
with the face in the back, and you can see the tear like in the chin area too, because it's not meant to go that way, but he always wears it that
But,
way. But I feel like the devil already like set it up to be worn that way.
yeah,
So I don't know.
I
I
like
thought
it
it was
when
cool
when
concept.
he wears it backwards more than when he wears it the correct way. I think it looks better.
Kind of reminds me of Red Hood a little bit.
I mean, I would love. I mean, Michelle, you go to these conventions or anything, but like, I would love go around to one of these places and see somebody wearing like a heart mask like that with a suit, and I would
hmm
freak with a hammer, like him holding a hammer, like
That
I
would
would
be
freak out.
cool.
Super cool, yeah.
Do it for C2E2 next year.
Maybe I just
I
have to
call
get
dibs on
somebody.
Caiman.
Oh, you want to be Caiman? Nice.
I got dibs on Ebisu.
I, I
I'm kidding.
I feel like you could play Noi role. Noi would be
I could play Noi.
yeah, yeah. She's so like
I
also like somebody
loved
that
her character.
yeah, she's so
Yeah, I
cool.
like her.
And her powder magic just comes in such like in a clutch, you know, when you're bleeding out or
Mhm.
something's happening to you. Like I just love the fact that she can heal you.
Yeah, I feel they were trying to be like the bad guys. Like I liked that group.
Yeah,
I like them telling the
absolutely.
backstory of like how Jin and Noe kind of like teamed up, all of that kind of stuff too.
No, I
I,
think yeah.
I,
Go ahead.
I think it was a good combination because of like one, they're both physically very able,
Mhm.
and then just the fact that because the first time that they met, uh, Shin wanted to duel with magic, and then she was like, "No, it's gonna be pointless. Like it's not gonna. I'm not gonna do that."
Mhm.
Kind of thing. And then and it makes sense because like all her magic does is heal.
Heal.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
it kind of. I mean, she could use her magic because that just means that she's able to last longer. Like Chin could cut her up all he wants, but she's just gonna be able to heal herself. And later
When
on,
she does, yeah.
yeah, when later on when she's having those because every 4 years they gotta form this contracts.
The
So
contract.
Oh yeah,
so later on
the
when she gets
blues
yeah
thing.
when she gets blown up, she's able to like heal herself back after she gets out of that container and stuff. And I thought that was a really cool way of explaining like a little bit more about the world. Because again, I
Mhm.
love everything that they just feed me. Like I'm like, yes, absolutely, that makes
Like you
sense. Like
just take it.
I
Yeah.
just take it.
You don't even question it. You're like, yep, exactly.
No, a character that gets introduced like maybe in the middle of the show that I really like was that the one that wanted to be Ant's partner that lived in a birdcage. That looks almost like a
Chota,
bird. Yeah, he was super funny too.
You
dude. Oh my
the
god,
soul magic, the
he was
soul
hilarious,
ritual. I loved it.
dude. And his mask, it was just like the little beak thing,
Little
and
kid.
like, dude, and it was like who are you? Like, why are you here?
Well, that's the thing about Mr. N. He likes to collect like these special magic users, which is kind of like the reason why I don't understand why he takes in the one kid with the mask with the long nose, the one in the first episode, the one
Yeah,
that
the
part
one
like
that's not strong.
yeah, like I'm like I don't know why exactly he kind of keeping him as part of the group. Like why is he hanging out with this little? I don't know. To me, that one
I
doesn't
think
make any sense.
it's because he was like involved with like Cayman and he has an interest in finding him and all of that. So
Yeah.
I think he was really just using him
Okay.
kind of like get closer to figuring out who did this to Cayman and all of that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Because Mr. N seems cool, but I also sort of a little bit scared of him. But he seems cool. Like
He's
he
a good
just
villain because I don't like. I guess I like him, but don't like him.
yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is. You like him, but you don't. This idea of like he can turn you into a mushroom at any point.
I thought it was funny.
That
Yeah.
was funny too.
Dude, and the fact that he went to hell and then survived off of
Mhm.
mushrooms.
Yeah, yeah, and then the devils like approached them, and he made his own movie of his own lives. It's not finished. um,
And the fact that he did the song for it too, like he sang it.
Yeah.
that's that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things about him that you pick up because he had like that chain of restaurants,
The
when
ramen
Oh
shop.
yeah. So there's just a lot to him, and I would like in season 2 to see somebody that, again, if this is sort of like an underworld, and he's like a mob, one of the mobsters. Like I want to see other people that are on his level because I like him being the top dog, but I'm sure there's some other people that can be on the same level as him from like
Mhm.
that underworld kind of place.
Yeah, kind of like the Carmine Falcone versus
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot the other one name,
yeah.
but yeah, I totally get it, and it should be cool. And the other cool thing about the show is just like besides that character that showed up, they also have like the boss from the restaurant, um, that Caiman worked under that made all the pies.
It kind of looks like a panda, but it's not
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, is
That
that
was so
Panda from
weird.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Oh yeah,
yeah, also
yeah. And then the waiter whose magic turns things into food.
yeah, which is deadly. Like really, like at first I didn't think it was gonna be deadly, and then I'm like, oh damn, this is like deadly magic.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dude, but I still think that probably my one of my favorite ones is definitely Ebisu, but she's so fucking weird.
yeah,
She
yeah.
is so weird, and like I don't know like how old is she?
Probably she's probably. I mean, I don't
15.
know,
She's got to be a teen.
but in this world, do
I
sorcerers
don't know.
age the same as like normal people? I guess.
Well, I don't. Well, yeah, because I don't know because the professor, like the doctor professor
He's
guy.
like stuck in that mode. He's stuck in
Yeah.
that
Well, yeah,
age.
he's old, but he let sorcerers experiment on him to make him younger. So like now he's like young, but he's old.
He looks young, but he's technically, I think he's like 60 or 80 or something like
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about him is because you see him when he helped out Chin, and then you see him like whatever 10 years later, he still looks the same. So I'm like, are you just stuck in this like
Mhm.
age that you will never either grow old? Yeah, so is that what it
that.
is?
He's
He's just
just
never.
stuck.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I mean, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but with Ebisu, she was just so fucking weird. She,
powerful
well,
though.
Yeah, she randomly showed up, like in an episode, and then that's when Caiman found her because she was stuck in the hole, and then that other dude with the nose mask, like went looking for her, Fujita. And then that whole thing happened, and then she kind of stuck around, lost her memory, and dude, like, I feel that there were times that she seemed like she was like 2, and then there's other times that I don't know, she was weird. But then one of the funnier parts is when she saw not Shin, Noe naked, so then she had the fake boobs.
Yeah.
And then she lost them and couldn't find them.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the adult humor in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it was so funny.
Well, like they go to that dinner party because there's a sorcerer that can bring people back to life, and I think
Oh god, and it's all like dead bodies.
yeah, and Anne was like gonna make a deal with like to become like his partner or their partner, whoever that person was, but then it ended up being the dog.
The dog was so cute. I love that
Yeah.
dog.
And then he treated
yeah, and then they ended up getting a match for it too.
yeah, he treated that dog like so good. That's why I'm saying like he's
like his partner.
Yeah, he's I don't know, man. Something about Mr. N. Like I like him, but I'm also a little bit scared of him because again, I don't like mushrooms, and the idea of being accidentally turned into a mushroom just kind of worries me a little.
Well, if you're Mario, you wouldn't worry about it.
Hey, but the Mario, he also hates mushrooms, so we found out in the Mario movie.
Oh yeah.
So it must be true. No, yeah, and then there's so much to this world. Like the big thing is like I know that we're left with the question of like who Caiman really is. Like we have our theories and all that, but then the other thing I'm kind of wondering more about is that one devil that's really into helping that one girl,
Nikaido.
Yeah, like why? So it made me with Noe, knowing that she was about to become a devil. So now I kind of wonder if that devil was like a regular sorcerer that became a devil.
Well, is that how most devils are formed? Like they start.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know,
I thought
but
that that's what happened.
yeah, you gotta get an armor that weighs so many pounds or whatever and carry it. You know, walk around in it. Have to beat their pet bat.
And then you can't use your magic for a year.
Yeah,
like that. Or
that's what it was.
I don't remember.
But they don't even
it's
say
so
like
sweet that she used it for shit.
I know. Yeah. It's like, oh, my heart.
But I don't even understand the benefit of becoming a devil. Like I understand that they're powerful and they know everything and they kind of maybe possibly actually rule this world, but they're kind of very chill about it. But it's just like, yeah, we don't really even know much about the devils, and besides the fact that you need them to make contracts and they know everything, like I don't really know much about them. Like,
and they kill you and they send her to hell, and
maybe
they collect your body.
Since like her magic was really just to heal, so it's like you can't really fight.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I like the I like the fact that they have a toilet that sends your poop directly to hell, and then if you give it 5-10 seconds, so you'll hear the screams from people. And I feel like if that did exist, like people would pay top money for that.
I think people would pay top money, even more money, if they can choose who it lands on.
Yes, probably.
But those are the things, man. It's just like I don't know. That's why I think I'm so happy to hear that this show hasn't been abandoned and there's gonna be more of it, because I just feel like my understanding is if let's say there's 200 chapters of this, like we only got 20 of those chapters, so it's like there is a lot more to tell in the story. So it's not just like one more season and we'll be done with it. Like there could be more to it. So hopefully when it comes back, they don't take 5-6 years to make it again. It just continues to roll out every 2 years.
When did it come out?
2020. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I sometimes I don't understand why it takes so long, but in that case, considering that came out in 2020, I'm sure the pandemic impacted it, and then the fact that it's MAPPA Studios and they work their people, and the fact that they work their people to the bone with like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan.
Well, like I
Villain
would,
Saga.
like I haven't read much about the second season announcement, but if I found out it's like a different animation studio or something's different about it, it breaks the formula. I would be a little bit worried because again, I think this first season, not that it's a perfect season, but it's a show that just stayed with me. I still think about it. I still think about it when I think about like other magic animations as I mentioned because I think this world just did it so well. Like it's just everything about it is so freaking cool and like I could if it was like a virtual reality where I could just go and walk around and I would love to kind of get something like that. I think there's a lot of potential for.
Fight sorcerers.
I mean, what kind of powder magic do you guys would like to have if you guys could? And I like that the fact that it's powder, and it's like you can kind of run out of it. It's not just
because your magic could really be anything.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, because you can heal. You can turn people into stuff. You could turn them into insects or lizards. You can cut them in different pieces without them dying. So kind of like Law.
Yeah, I mean, even I think the most random one was the girl that was making the other pies, and she would summon demon, and then that demon would be the one like spitting out the pies. I don't know, whatever that was random as hell. Like that compared to everything I saw what people could do with the powder, that was random.
Yeah, until she ran out of magic.
Yeah,
but yeah, or like the other guy that turns people into food.
No, sorry, and I was just thinking like, and then she ran away because she's like, if Mr. N finds out that I put a spell on him, he's gonna turn me into a mushroom. It's just stuff like that I find funny.
I kind of like the healing one.
Yeah, you cannot never go wrong with healing. The more I think about it,
you can.
No, like if I got a genie in front of me in 3 wishes, like I think I would have to make it some kind of like healing power. Honestly,
I would still
like
probably
the power
want
of miracles.
I want the dual power one where I can have like the power to heal, and then the other one.
Oh, well, now you're talking like My Hero Academia, which hell yeah. I don't know if you watch My Hero Academia, but there's the one villain that I really love. I forget his name, but and he also wears a mask. Yeah.
Oh, the one that destroys and reconstructs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, there was that guy too. I think he's talking about Shigaraki though, who has a little like hand, right?
No, I think he's talking about the
one with the kind of like the beak
with the nose.
Yakuza guy. Yeah,
the Yakuza guy. Yeah.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That's what I'm like. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that treated the girl horribly.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yes, that's the one that Carlos likes.
Oh,
I like his powers. Okay.
I kind of like Shigaraki's power. It's completely disintegrate.
Oh, dude, yeah, that broke my heart.
I know.
It's kind of like Gara. Gara broke my heart. Shigaraki broke my heart too.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes, what did you?
My heart's currently not broken. I'm mad at him currently in the current anime.
I'm not caught up.
Oh my god!
But I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the animation style. Like,
I liked it, especially. I mean, I don't want to say like 2020 was 15 years ago, but I see a lot of shows that try to play with that animation style. It doesn't work at all. It like completely takes me out of watching the show. Even My Hero Academia, some of the latest episodes, there's stuff where they use sort of that because it would be hell for somebody to hand animate that much stuff going on screen. But no, here in this show it works. For some reason, it works 100% for me.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I really like the style. Like, it could be because it's not like your Zam 100. It's not like your Jujutsu Kaisen. It's its own very style, and even like the way that people are animated and stuff like that. Like I really enjoyed it because it's different. It kind of goes with the rest of the show because like the whole setting is different, the whole story is different, and so might as well have different animation.
We never got to see it, but Nikaido, like her magic, I mean, the whole going back in time, like I'm curious to kind of find. But I'm curious to see how that's gonna work. Like, is it just like teleport that you kind of go through it and then you're back in that 6 years ago or wherever Mr. N wanted to go to? But it's like I want to know a little bit more about how like her magic's gonna work.
I know. I also wonder like what happened that made her kind of go to the hole. like what really happened in like her family and kind of how she also how she discovered her magic and that's actually the other cool part too is like how they discover their magic and kind of like where it comes out because for Shin like he cut up everything trying
Yeah,
to figure out like where his like his
powder
powder
would come from.
ducts kind
Yeah,
of came from so like that he destroyed his arms because of that because he was looking for those ducks um but yeah like so and then with her like she like bites her finger to open up the duct or whatever and then
yeah.
she uses a powder but I don't know I think that's kind of cool in the sense that it makes like all the sorcerers seem like machines in a
No,
way
yeah, because even some of them, like I think Mr. N definitely is one of them, and I think even
from his mouth.
no, yeah, and no, I think they
No,
both do
no,
it.
yeah.
They both do it from their mouth, which is kind of like interesting. Like I wonder where else if there's any other spots that, like I said, it's just based on any hole in your body. um, yeah, mi-
Great timing,
mi-
Michelle. We're talking about holes in the body.
yeah, Michelle. Where do you think? Where else do you think powder could be coming from? You know, because we talk about how it comes from like their fingertips, their mouth, like you know.
Or their arms. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as she unmutes herself, she's gonna tell us.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I have no idea. I thought maybe sorcerers just have like particular land. It just happens to shoot out of your finger.
No, well, I mean, it's interesting because with Shin, he had to again, Robert, like you said, he had to like cut it, find where his powder would come out of. So could that be
Yeah.
the case for other people, where the whole thing with the cross-eyed people is that they don't have enough powder to produce, so maybe
Hmm.
they just need to cut themselves up and open up those blood vessels or the whatever the powder comes from. What did you say? Where it comes from, Ro? From a pipe, powder pipe, or something?
Or the ducts.
The
I think they
ducts.
call them
Yeah, the
ducts. Yeah.
Yeah.
ducks.
Yeah. Because I think like a cool one would be if it like comes out of your eyes. I think that'd be a cool place to have the powder
Wouldn't
come
that
out of.
bother your eyes all the time though?
Oh, I'm sure it would,
I don't
and I'm
know.
sure you'd probably go blind, but it'd be cool.
I could see I could see ears, like maybe out of your ears. That would be kind of a little bit interesting.
Yeah, and then you look mad, I guess, or something. But no, but yeah, but like from the eyes, it'd be cool because they wear the masks and stuff, and then like all of a sudden, like from the eyes, like the powder comes like bursting out.
I have a question about the mask. At first, I thought it was just for them to hide their identities, but do all masks are they worn to like enhance their powers?
I don't think so because there was a drug that they.
Nikaido
Because some
did though.
look like their mask enhances, but not everybody's, right?
I
Yeah.
don't
So
know.
so I know that they went through the process of like trying to get a mask from the devils. Because that was the thing that like Shin and Noi they got their match
Hmm.
from the Devils or probably N two, and then that one other dude like he kept trying to get his from the Devils Fujita,
Mm-hmm.
but um like he wasn't strong enough for them to like want to do a match for him, but like yeah, but for Nikaido, I think the Devils gave her a match that enhanced her power.
Oh,
Right.
really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did. It
that's
looked
the
like
reason why she kept it in
Jason.
the attic. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're talking about.
Hmm.
Sorry, I was thinking about the mask Mr. N gives her, which I thought it
Oh,
was kind of
Oh no.
like, yeah, which I thought was kind of weird because I'm like, is
I
that
thought that was like more of a mind control type
that's
of
the
thing.
same thing?
yeah.
But I guess it's the contract that just makes her follow orders.
Yeah.
That he had
But
said it was a contract.
yeah, but no, you're right. There is that mask that because she only puts it on for like a couple seconds and then she still
And
gets
she
kicked.
and she doesn't use magic. She just puts it
No,
on
Mm,
to fight physically.
yeah.
yeah, because then they kind of one of the devils knows who made that mask, which they never do confront that devil because bro, you're still kind of wondering the mystery that what relationship does he have to Nikaido that he's always trying to protect her.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also like the other big mystery that we have too, especially like towards the end, is the dude that stabbed um
Oh yeah.
Nikaido
Yeah, like who stabbed her in the
like
back?
underneath that church thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah, because
that one's weird. I don't even know where to even approach that one.
Yeah, because like they just show like a shadowy figure, and then all of a sudden, like Nikaido's down, and then
I really thought it was gonna be the guy with the beak. Like I
Oh my
really just thought it was
god.
gonna
Do you
be
guys
him.
remember how they transformed him to be the decoy? The one that
oh my god,
made that,
yeah,
that one particular guy with the beak look like Nikaido, and he's like, I'm gonna do things like to make Nikaido look bad so that the boss wouldn't want to like be their partner anymore.
Yeah, no, okay. And it's somebody that, for what he does, you really do put up with a lot. uh, but I mean, that's cool that he can break any spell. But no, I just think that character is just so funny to have around.
I agree. And then they had the head of the cross-eye guy like just carrying it around for a while until they put it into the machine thing.
And yeah, and again, it's just kind of like we're gonna to because he's still around. He's just walking around with his full body, right? That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was running out of magic, but then he was in that one situation where somebody let out a bunch of I don't remember who it was that let out a bunch of powder
Oh
so that
no!
he
Yeah,
refilled.
it was Noi. Noi let out a bunch of powder, and he got to his whole body grew back.
Oh yeah. Because he released Noe. Yeah, I
And then
remember.
yes, that was pretty cool. That whole festival of what is it, the Blue Moon or whatever.
Yeah, the blue sky or blue something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Blue Sky or something like
I
that.
wish I could have seen more of like other people fighting to get into contracts with other people, instead of
Yeah.
just the family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like the purge, but different.
That's what. Oh, and also what gave me Purge vibes was the part where they had the zombies. Do you
Oh
Oh
remember
yeah, that
god, that
the
was
whole?
episode.
hilarious.
And
Yeah.
they took the
That's why I wore this shirt.
okay,
Yeah.
clever,
Because
clever.
mostly because like Ebisu was like zombified or
For a
whatever, and then
while.
she kept trying to eat I keep wanting to call him Pajita, Fujita.
Fujita.
Yeah.
I thought with her that was going to be the running joke that they're trying to get her memories back, but then something just keeps happening that prevents her from getting her memories back. So I'm like, oh my god, is that how the whole season's going to go?
I mean,
Yeah.
for most of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That zombie episode was random, but a good one because I
I
think that's
loved
what.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because they said that it was like something that happens every year, right? And it's result of
Yeah. Yeah, because all the powder like accumulates, so then
yes,
like people just rise up because there's so much
reanimate.
powder.
And then you have
Yeah,
the monks that have to like bless them also.
with salt. Yeah,
Yeah. And who was the one guy that made like dumplings that were poisoned or something?
Yeah, the other guy that works at the morgue or
oh
whatever.
the doctor wasn't it?
That was
I
was
don't
it?
know if he was a doctor, but yeah.
Yeah, it was somebody. I forgot who it was. Yeah. But then like apparently they still ate the food for some reason.
And he got saved. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
but yeah, that was funny.
that one and the baseball one, I guess, could be
Oh
the
my God,
most
the
Oh
the
god.
most random ones for sure. Yeah, because the
Oh no,
base.
yeah, and that's how you discover what his magic is that he shoots the powder like quickly, but it doesn't do enough damage to really be useful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a bullet. Like, yeah, like a bullet. You can
Yeah,
speed it up.
yeah,
I mean, I thought it was cool that he was trying to he's trying to get his body back so that he could get revived and just like totally
Oh my
blow,
And
which
then
could have worked.
he
Yeah.
making the necklace of like some of the remnants of his skin that's like encased in resin or something like that. It's so weird.
Again,
yeah.
so random with the stuff they come
I
up with.
That was one of the things I liked that it's like it was so gory but also very like weird word for it.
Like comedically gory.
And
Yeah.
it was just so like there's that one dinner party where they had corpses just hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Ugh.
that was like that was the whole point of that was like again you bring a corpse
Bring back the bodies. Yeah.
and yeah and bring a gift and then they'll bring back the body
The
and then the
body.
body hands them the gift and yeah.
I was in the middle of eating when I was doing that, watching that episode. I was eating dinner, and then I was like, just watching. I'm like, what is going on? But that's not what grossed me out. It was the flies.
Oh,
When
the
you're
flies running.
like, what's that
Yeah.
sound we keep hearing? And then they made a mention of the ceiling.
There's so many flies.
And I was like, why am I watching this while I'm eating?
Well, I know Anne's like, hey, put this on your nose because the smell was going to be terrible,
Mhm.
which I imagine it probably
Oh,
was.
absolutely.
There's no way it wasn't, especially with that many dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was
So-
food, and I mean, the food looked good. The food
I
that
don't
was
know
fed
if I
out.
would want to be
Underneath the dead bodies
underneath
too.
the dead bodies.
Hey, they're used to it, man.
Yeah,
It's extra
no.
flavoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, but overall, I thought it was. I'm glad that you picked it, and I'm glad that I watched it because I don't think I would have watched it. Like I kept
No.
seeing it, and Netflix always recommended it to me and thought like you'll like this, but it just seemed like weird. But like, so like I didn't know that was gonna be good weird.
Mhm.
So now I'm glad that I did it, and hopefully this inspires other people to watch it.
I mean, I had never even heard of it before. I had to Google when you're like, "Do you want to come and do it on this?"
Watch
I'm like,
Dorohedoro.
"What is it?"
Dude, there's another anime called Dororo too.
Oh, okay.
It's on Prime Video, but
Well,
it's way different. I think it has like a samurai.
But
I'm
I
glad you didn't
probably
watch that.
would not have, first of all, probably even heard of it, and I really liked it. I immediately started talking to like one of my friends at work.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm binging this show for tonight, but I think you would like it.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I
If you
started
think,
actually telling my little like group of best friends, to my little anime group. I was like, "Hey guys,
yeah, because you
this
found
show
a gem in the sand. So you're like,
In the
I have
rough,
to
yeah.
in the rough. So it's like,
And one
I
of
got.
my friends in there was like, "It's been on my list, but I haven't watched it." I'm like, "Watch it
That's the thing.
Right now.
Like
right
sometimes
now."
like I'll watch because I'll watch an old show. To me, it doesn't matter like what year it came out as long as there's some quality to it.
Mhm.
But a lot of times, even when I do go back, it's always kind of like, okay, well, I watched it, but the quality either dipped or wasn't really there for me to be like, okay, this was like something that I'm gonna just immediately forget about. But this show, it's really good. It's just like people, like you said, like yourself, don't really know about it, don't really are kind of a little bit nervous to hit play because you don't know what you're gonna watch. But
Right.
if you give it just the first episode a chance, you're like, what the hell am I watching? And
Yeah.
yes, I want to continue
And
to
you
watch
will
this.
be hooked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But if you're not someone that is very into like gory and all of that, I
But,
probably would not
but what do you,
Which is why it's Tarantino.
recommend.
I mean, what did you think about the music in the like the introduction? Like, dude,
I
Oh
everything like the
yeah.
song, I love the song,
I
especially
liked
when
it.
she's when like shopping with like the music's like going along with her
With
shopping the
all of,
food.
mhm.
Yeah, I loved it.
I liked it, and I liked the very when they got to like the very psychedelic looking kind of intro.
Yeah,
And I like that one too. I don't know. It's like they're kind of like different than what you usually see. And
no, it is. It's
So
very
Dorohedoro, very different
it's
in
very
every aspect.
I know you haven't seen it 'cause I've asked you before, but Mob Psycho's the same way. Like and I think
Oh
that
yeah.
might even be a MAPPA also production, but the intro songs are very like
Mhm.
flashing lights, music, banging,
Colorful, vibrant.
colorful things happening on screen. This is like weird as hell. So it's just like, yeah, I really appreciate it. Not only the intro song, but also the out song, which is like
Mm-hmm.
you watch Mr. N almost playing a Doom sort of game from the 90s and walking around and making people, shooting people and making them into mushrooms. That's right, kind of interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the thing I like about Mr. N too is that he reminds me a little bit of Vegeta. I don't know, maybe the hairstyle.
Oh maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see the hairstyle.
Yeah.
Do you have
He
the
kind of
same?
reminds me of the red guy from Mashal too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dot, you mean?
Yes.
It's the hair.
Yeah. Probably. But yeah, he was cool. I like he's one of the better villains.
I'm trying to just make sure that there's not anything because again, it's 12 episodes. They go so quick, and
Mhm.
I feel like you can. Again, Michelle, you saw it. I kind of not force you because nobody forces you to
They
can't force
forced
you.
me not to.
we didn't tie you up and say you got to watch this, but
Had
you
a
could.
hand behind my.
I feel like you
Against
could.
your will.
I feel like you could start watching it again, maybe not like all 12 episodes at once, just like 3 at a time, and
Like
still
take my time.
and get some real enjoyment again from watching it, even though you just saw it today. And I feel like that's how like that's what makes the show like really incredible. The fact that you could watch the same episode again and kind of get new things out of it the second time.
Yeah, I probably will. I know there were some like episodes that kind of felt like it was a filler. I had a lot of them that are like that, and I kind of like
Yeah,
a little
and
bit.
I mean, there's not like, when you recommend the show to people, it's not like you can say like, oh, this is an action show where there's constant magic and fighting. Because honestly, when you think about it, there probably wasn't a lot of fighting. It was more about like things and story plots moving the
More
plot
telling.
forward and mysteries and. But like, yeah, there was certain moments with Caiman would be fighting somebody, but not a lot of it.
You're
Not as much as you
right.
think. Not as much as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah, plenty of Shin fighting people though.
But he didn't want to fight him. He was always like, "You guys are weaklings, and please don't do this."
Don't be boring until he fought Caiman.
You know what? Sometimes some of the sorcerers reminded me of like things like Peter Mask and all of that. I really like one of the horror movies. You know how
Yeah, I love
they had
Hellraiser.
very unique and all of it. It kind of when I was watching this, that's immediately what I thought of. I'm like, this gives me kind of like in a way like Hellraiser vibe.
Have you seen the new Hellraiser that came out on Hulu last
No,
year? It's
no.
really good. You should watch it because they make Pinhead not that it matters, but like Pinhead's a woman in that, and they
Oh,
really they really give you a really good strong story with that movie.
uh-huh.
I think if you're a fan of Hellraiser,
Yeah.
the Hulu 2023 version might actually surprise you.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh
check it out.
yeah, I'll watch it for Halloween because I remember you mentioning it, um, but I still didn't end up watching it. But I'll watch it this year.
Yeah. I mean, you could almost believe in this world, like Pinhead would be walking
It
around,
would
or
show up.
yeah.
Yeah. I
uh,
was waiting for someone who have to have a mask like that. I mean, Kaiman kind of had spikes and that was
true that.
it.
uh, it's funny that when you go, like, the guy that got sent to prison and he got sentenced to like that, like he didn't even commit a big crime. I forget what it was, but it was
Mhm.
something very petty. And then his whole sentence was like, "You've been sentenced to death." And then a devil came and ate him.
Mhm. This is
But
actually a show that's in manga as well, and I kind of like I would read manga. I definitely
but
would.
yeah, I think it's a worthwhile one. Um, and I'm interested to see how I'm always interested to see the difference in the art style and to
I
kind of
was
see
just looking
how
some of
similar they
it
are.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
for to me it catches my attention.
no, definitely. I mean, if you start reading it, I definitely want to know if it's worth picking up because I don't want to get spoiled because again, especially now knowing that there's a second season around the corner,
Hmm.
sometime soon, like I'd rather just find out. But no, I mean, I'm super glad that again, bro, you gave it a chance. Michelle, you gave it a chance. But I mean, any last thoughts that you guys want to share before we get going?
I want some gyoza
Oh, I was gonna
now.
make a comment about gyoza.
I beat you to it.
Darn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what we should do? We should do an episode once on like anime food.
Oh, there's plenty to pick from, definitely.
Yeah. Besides like food wars or like cooking anime.
Like anime shows. Yeah,
Well,
I feel like this would be a good show that I would recommend. Again, if you're not for and blood and all of that, probably stay away. But I do recommend this as a different kind of show, especially if you're someone that like Quentin Tarantino films or just a fan of like James Man and all.
Michelle, I feel like you watching this show is definitely gonna get you some points later on where people are, how people can be like questioning your taste and stuff. And then I feel like the moment you drop in there like, I really enjoy Dorohedoro, that's when you're gonna be like, oh my god, like yes,
Mhm.
tell me more.
No, no, they'll talk shit anyway because that's what they do. And then we're like,
No,
oh, it's on Netflix. That's not real anime. The
Mhm.
real anime you gotta find on this one website on the third Tuesday of the month whenever there's a full moon. I don't know.
Some very obscure
Ro-
site.
Ro and his hentai. Oh, Ro. All right. Well, no, again, it was again, Michelle, thank you for being on. It's a pleasure. Ro, we'll talk. I mean, Michelle, you're going to join us next week. So what am I talking about? So like next year I get to hang out with you again. So I can't wait.
Take a whole year.
You have to limit me next week for next week's episode because I have a lot of lore.
I'm living on devil time, and a week is a year for me. That's what it is.
Yes, I shall return again.
All right.
As a regular person.
As a regular person. All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you guys soon. And again, have a lovely night, all of you. Bye.
Toodles.